Now watching LSSC TV. I am the host, a Boogie Gaza King 5-1 to the 6, aka a King Zito. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell for all notifications, all that good stuff, where I can stay in contact with you and you can stay in contact with me. Yeah, today's show is to piggyback off the video from the Black Panther, the one I showed you, how the different funding from sickle cell and different illnesses like something called cystic fibrosis, you know what I'm saying, which is also a genetic, lung disease. It affects the body, which I also have that too. I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when I was 13. I found out later in years. Now, look how ironic is this, because cystic fibrosis is a disease that they said only Caucasian people get. And then they said sickle cell is a disease that minorities get. So how I come up with both illnesses on the same side? You know what I'm saying? That's what you get when you be mixed. But it's ironic because both disease, people don't live long. It kill you at a young age. But with new technology and new medicine and new scientists and things come along. So I know I'm here for a reason and a purpose. 2, this video that I'm about to show you is brought to you by Jack Cobbs Bauer. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Please go show him love. Please go subscribe. This video is his content he posted a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Please go show him love. But let's get it into the video how they downplay sickle cell. And you see in the previous video, if it wasn't for the Black Panthers, sickle cell won't be to where it's at today. Won't be where it's at today. But let's get into it. Enough of the talking, chit chat. Let's get into it.
Sickle cell disease in America is underfunded and misunderstood.
See?
You can help change that without spending a single cent. I'll tell you why.
And misunderstood. And he's going to tell you why. Let's get into it.
Then I'll tell you how. Approximately 100,000 Americans and millions of others around the globe share a gene that turns some of their blood cells into a crescent shape. These are called sickle cells. The unique shape of these cells means they can't carry oxygen well, and they're harder and stickier than the average blood cell. As a result, they frequently get lodged in arteries, causing excruciating pain crises that may last from a few days to months. Individuals with sickle cell live in constant pain. So many things can trigger a pain crisis, and in some circumstances, sickle cells can cause organ failure. The average age of death for someone with sickle cell is 42 years old.
42 years old. He's just breaking it down. But like I told you, I'm coming with a video how I looked up the statistics from, 1979 until 2017. How many people died with sickle cell a year and throughout. But this is the age of the farthest you could live with sickle cell. But like I said, everything through the grace of God, you can live much longer. That's what my mom always taught me, and that's what I always believed. That's why I'm still here to this day. And I got, you know what I'm saying, bone marrow transplant. My miracle is here, like I said, man.
There are various institutions around the country that specialize in treating sickle cell disease, but someone with sickle cell might be too far away or lack the resources to get treatment. Life with sickle cell is even more complicated when experiencing pain crises, since it's often hard to understand the source of the pain. Stigma and discrimination experienced by people with sickle cell leads many to avoid discussing it with their work, their teachers, sometimes avoiding care altogether.
And that's so true, you see? Because of the stigma. You be scared to share it with people, man. Even the same people that's taking care of you. What he just said. I don't know if this guy got sickle cell. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying, too? I hope everything is well with him, but it's so true. You know how many nights my mom had to force me to go to the hospital because I didn't want to go to the ER because of the stigma, thinking somebody seeking drugs, and when I got pain medicine at home, it's just to the point where the pain medicine that I take at home is not working. And they know that because they went to school for it. But they really don't know because they're not feeling the physical pain how we feel. But this is why I'm doing this. This is why I started this channel. Like I said, for the ones that's coming up after me, so they won't have to go through the physical and the mental pain. I'm going to play something Prodigy said in another video. It really make you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's get back into it.
These challenges go beyond the individual level. For example, cystic fibrosis, a chronic illness with symptoms similar to sickle cell disease, received the same amount of U.S. federal.
There you go, cystic fibrosis. And I also have that. You see that? I have sickle cell disease and cystic fibrosis. It's just the sickle cell affect me more. And he said it's kind of the same symptoms. So maybe when I'm thinking it's my sickle cell could be the cystic fibrosis, I know it's dealing with the lungs too. It's different parts. It deals with your lungs too. But look how they did funding for CF and how they did sickle cell.
Between 2008 and 2018, despite sickle cell disease being 3 times more common. And there have been twice as many industry-funded drug trials for cystic fibrosis in American history. Multiple research studies on the subject have shown us the most likely reason for this difference in funding is that sickle cell disease affects people of color, primarily people of African descent, while cystic fibrosis primarily affects people of European descent.
Didn't I just tell you that at the beginning of the video? Tell me, God haven't been good to me, man. How I get both illnesses that from 2 different ethnicities background. And I'm still here to teach and talk about it and live. When I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, I was the 3rd person in the world that has cystic fibrosis and sickle cell. My pulmonologist, Dr. Kasai, God bless Dr. Kasai. I hope everything is well with you. She retired. She was a pediatric pulmonologist. She used to take me to different colleges, and they used to pay me $50 to speak to the student doctors because I was the only one up here that had sickle cell and cystic fibrosis. When they tested me when I was young, I'll get back to that after the video. Let's let this video play out.
Can help change this story and help people with sickle cell disease get the care they deserve. Here's what you can do. Donate blood, especially if you're of African descent.
Facts.
It's crucial that hospitals get blood with matching antibodies. Join a bone marrow registry. The process is simple and could save someone's life.
Facts.
Also, consider donating to healthcare institutions or other nonprofits that support research and outreach.
See?
But most importantly, start learning and advocating for those with sickle cell by heading to the description of this video and clicking one of the links I provided, because the sickle cell community is your community too.
Word. Shout out to this video, man. Like I said, Jack Bauer. You know what I'm saying? But y'all see that? And that's piggybacking off the video I showed you previously with the Black Panthers. Remember the Dr. Small, how he said the different funding and stuff for cystic fibrosis and sickle cell, how they bring it to the forefront to make them pass a bill. You know what I'm saying? To get out there. But like I said, I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at the age of 13 because I kept getting these upper respiratory infections, sinus infections, and they took out my adenoids. And I still was getting sick, so the ear, nose, and throat specialist said, let's test for cystic fibrosis. But at the time, my hematologist wanted to test for cystic fibrosis because he was like, yo, not to be, but he's like, he's black. The guy just expanded European and African descent, already had the cell. So he was like, yo, why test for that? But he let them test. They tested 3 times. 3 times. I put up 2. I mean 3. Because after the second time, my doctor was like, yo, because it kept coming back positive back then. I don't know how they do it now, but back then, how they found out I had suspicion, you got to do a sweat test where they put you under like 10 hot blankets. They make the room hot and they make you sweat. It's called a sweat test. And it came back positive 3 times, and that's when my hematologist was like, okay, yeah, he got cystic fibrosis. But like I said, the sickle cell affect me more. You know what I'm saying? But I am on medicine for cystic fibrosis too. I'm sorry, guys, my phone rang. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I got tested for cystic fibrosis. From sickle cell, I knew from a baby, but I like to say, I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. I like to say, thank you for watching. Good night, good morning. It depends what time you watch this. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, man. Hit the bell for all notifications. Hit the bell, and then you click all. Peace. Thank you for rocking out with your boy, man.